noodles all ready? Be careful, it's really hot. Wait a little bit.
It takes 3 minutes.
Okay, close your eyes. Keep them shut. Anyo. No peeking. Abracadabra.
Careful, it's hot. Ha, 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 ha.
Ghibli food. Tales from Earthsea Tomato Soup. This dish is completely vegetarian, and I was inspired by ingredients that may have been foraged around their farm. I added cayenne for warmth and it's perfect for cold weather. We'll blend it to achieve a smooth texture in the finished soup. I then added a medley of forest mushrooms and fresh herbs, simmered, and lastly, some cream for unctuousness. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Delicious.
Welcome to episode 8 of my Foods from Film series. Today we're making the bento box from the anime The Way of the Husband. In the future, I hope my husband will make me cute little bento boxes while I rush off to work, but until then I will be making myself these cute little bento boxes just to make my day a little bit better. Let's start by making the most delicious teriyaki chicken meatballs. The recipe is in the previous video, go check it out. Then we're gonna saute some shredded vegetables, keeping it simple, just salt and sesame oil. Next, grab your hot dogs, give them some legs, put it in boiling water to make your hot dog octopus. Next up, we've got the most classic bento box ingredient, tamagoyaki. Once the outer layer is golden, slice it up and set it aside. Last but not the least, the rice balls. Start by salting your hand and add some water. Compress the rice together into a ball and add the ears. Finally, stick on some seaweed cutouts for the face, a sesame seed for the blush, and enjoy! welcome to episode 3 of my Foods from Film series. Today we're making the cute bento box from the Japanese animated film Your Name. Although this particular bento box only appeared in the film for a few seconds, it just looks so good I had to recreate it. First, wash and cook some short grain rice. While it's cooking, let's go make the tamagoyaki. Combine egg, mirin, soy sauce, and salt, then cook it layer by layer while rolling it in between so you get this rectangular egg roll. Cut it into 4 equal pieces so the swirly pattern on the inside is exposed. For the sausages, make a few diagonal cuts and cook them in a pan. Keeping the broccoli simple, blanch the florets and add salt and sesame oil. Slice potatoes thinly and saute it with some black pepper and soy sauce. Finally, we're ready to assemble our bento box. The full recipe with instructions are in the link in my bio, but if there's anything you would like to see in a more detailed video, let me know in the comments. Lastly, add a Japanese plum in the middle of the rice for the nose and cut a sheet of nori to make the eyes and mouth. Welcome back to another episode of my Foods from Film series. Today we're making the bento box from Totoro. Totoro was one of the first anime movies I've ever watched. Back then, although I was too young to understand the plot, I remember loving this film. And of course, you know me, we're remaking this scene and this bento box. It was actually a lot simpler than I thought and it tasted so delicious. Start by washing and cooking your rice. I'm finally back in Taiwan, which means I get to use a rice cooker. For the shishamo, we're just baking it with some oil, salt, and pepper. This fish is naturally quite salty, so you don't really need to do too much to it. As for the edamame, we're keeping it very simple. I've just microwaved it until it's cooked and then seasoned it with salt and pepper. This is mentaiko, one of my all-time favorite ingredients. It's savory and a little bit spicy, so it pairs super well with the plain rice. And finally, just assemble your bento.
Who couldn't decide between salty or sweet for afternoon snack, then this one is for you. Heyo, today we're making Hotaru's favorite food from Demon Slayer, Hitarashi dango, but in minis. All you need for the dango is some tofu and rice flour. Knead them until they're not sticky anymore, and then roll them into a small ball. Put them in some hot water, and wait until they flow up. Scoop them out and chill them in the ice. Meanwhile, we can make the sauce. In a pan, add in some brown sugar, soy sauce, water, and some starch. Put that on the stove, don't forget to stir. After the dango is chilled and jiggly, we'll go ahead and skewer them together and put them on the stove until they're a little golden on the side. Now place that on the plate, and all you need to do is pour the sauce all over it, along with side of cutie.
Let's make breakfast.
bechamel is nice and salty. Let's make that lunchbox. Ta-da! Let's eat! My house smells absolutely fishy right now. いただきます。Look at the eggs. Eggs!
This is something that took me about 2 whole weeks to make. Heyo, today we're making Nezuko's favorite food from Demon Slayer, konpeito. First food coloring, and they're both boys. You also need some sugar and water. Boil them until all sugar dissolves and pour them into your containers, and then mix all the color thoroughly. Using a toothpick or a skewer, dip it into the liquid sugar and coat them with some granulated sugar. Once the liquid sugar cools down, stick them back in and see you in 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, they should become like this. I mean, just look at that. I wonder if they're flashy enough or tinkin. To make them the completo candy shape, you'll wanna use a hammer and smash them into little chunks. And ta-da! Let me give some to Nezuko-chan!
スーパーイエロー奥村凛スペシャル